Hello. I was taking classes at the University of Pennsylvania in something called the Special Sciences program back in, I think, the year. Well, actually, I wrote it wrong on this thing. It was the year 2001. So, anyway, is when I started. In fact, the first day of class was 9/11, 2001, which is interesting. But so I, oh, there was this class, right? Where you get a emergency room experience. So I think I was there on a Saturday night, and they rushed in two guys, two African American young men who had actually shot each other. Okay, and I, uh, I like witnessed them coming in. They were sort of checked out briefly, and then the police officer was sort of the one of the police officers who brought them in was standing next to me, and I remember him saying to uh, asking the ER doctor, um, whether they'd make it or not, and he said, as a matter of factly, like, absolutely not. And I'm sorry, I'm just looking up like how many homicides there've been in the city this year, some 22 years later. I think it's up to like 550 or something insane. But and then they just took the two guys off to the morgue, right? And I was just standing there thinking about it, like, so I don't know why these two guys shot each other. But now here they lie together, right? And I know you're not supposed to use the term black on black crime, but they were both black males. And unfortunately, if you look at the stats, it does look like it's black males shooting each other. Now, I worked as an in-home psychotherapist in Philadelphia for 20 years, and I was also a middle school teacher. I've actually witnessed, and actually nobody got killed, but I actually have witnessed shootings while I've been working in the community, so to speak. And that's deep. And I saw the results of a stabbing. I mean, I literally watched people shooting at each other. I've been to schools where they had code blue, and I turned around one time. I was standing outside of the Frederick Douglass School, and these two guys with looked like semi-assault weapons were like running behind me. Now, I don't want to blame it on black males because our country has an obsession with guns. We have statistically a mass shooting every day. Okay. We have more guns in the United States than human beings, right? There's something like 400 million guns in this country. I've never owned a gun. I have no interest in guns, not even for protection. I work as a LCSW in the state of New Jersey now. I had worked in Philadelphia for a long time, and I have noticed a lot of kids. I saw one yesterday, and they're just fascinated by guns. I've never, I don't think, I mean, I guess I had like a little cap gun or whatever as a child, but I never, but like the level of interest in these guns, the Nerf guns, the airsoft guns, the BB gun, whatever they are, paintball. Kids want to go do paintball, and like what? And then of course the shooter games. I have to admit, GTA 5 is kind of fun and everything, but this obsession with guns goes back to the origin of the country. And all right. I hope you guys still see me. All right. Again, I don't even know if anybody even watches any of this, but I'm gonna look up this title. Oh, there's this book, right? It's written by this. I think she has a PhD from Yale University, maybe. Pamela. Haag, Haag, and her book is called The Gunning of America. And I love oh wow, I love Noam Chomsky so dearly. I mean, the guy is just the greatest. He actually told me about this book. I have it, and I have it. I own like 2 or 3 thousand books, and it's somewhere in here. But I didn't read it, unfortunately. And then there's another one he told me about called War Stars, and this whole notion of the uncharted Western territory. And Wild Wild West sort of has a double entendre. I think was there a show I used to watch as a child called the Wild Wild West, or certainly the Kumo D song. So yeah, I have tried to figure out. It's like, first of all, a lot of people are offended if you use the term black on black crime, but I do think you should try to figure out, well, why do black males shoot each other? So I think there's the historical context of guns and homicide, and then you got to look at the socioeconomic factors. I call it like internalized white supremacy, but also Philadelphia has a huge poverty rate, not to mention I guess no, that's a pretty big part of it. But it's sort of a cutthroat society, I guess. And then, I mean, I don't know what you think of the school system, but I mean, I worked in the school system. I was also a certified appointed teacher. I taught at Conwell Magnet Middle School, but it's kind of rough conditions, not only in school, but in our neighborhoods and everything like that. So maybe people feel as though they need guns for protection, not to mention, of course, the drugs trade and everything. So you got a mixture, a deadly swirl of poverty, drugs, uh, really kind of urban blight, I guess, and what I would call internalized white supremacy and institutionalized racism and so forth. But then more largely, I mean, we have a very violent country. Not to put it all on black males. We're violent as a nation, and then there was this Emory University professor. Emory, I gotta get her name right. Sorry. On this, I know she wrote about the Second Amendment. Oh, here she is. Okay, it's called "The Second" by Carol Anderson. That's a great book. The Racist Roots of the Constitutional Right. Yeah, like I think if you watch the Michael Moore movie, Bowling for Columbine, he kind of goes into a little bit like the relationship between the NRA and the KKK. And the NRA, I don't know how powerful they are today, but I know they used to have like a scorecard for politicians to see like if they were how gun friendly they are. It's just disturbing. It's just utterly disturbing. There's so many things, unfortunately, are just disturbing about the United States. The fact that we don't have health care. I mean, we have a horrendous healthcare system, and it's so cutthroat here. We just have a paucity of helping people, helping each other, and so yeah, it probably turns to a lot of people to guns, and then people are scared, terrified, think they need all this protection, and so forth. How's it going to change? I guess like we have to change it. We have to change it. I don't particularly feel hopeful for our quote unquote leaders or politicians or whoever. I mean, I think it's just something that we have to do. There's so much more to say about this. I mean, I just wanted to say that little piece. And I hope somebody watches this one of these days. Right. Peace out.